Hello! I'm this close to not making a video because my computer is away for repair, but trusty old phone, I'm going to try and upload, so this will be a one-taker. You'll get to see all my ums, pauses and looking that way or whatever it is that I do. No jump cuts, except jump, jump, cut. Yeah, normally I'd have cut Normally I'd have cut all of that out. Anyway, let's get started with books, because that's what you came here for, right? I read 2 books this week, well, kind of last week, and then I didn't read that much this week, but I still got them done. Which one shall I start with? This one, Perks of Being a Wallflower. I had heard of this book for a really long time and just never got around to it at all. I had so many people telling me you've got to read the book because you'll really enjoy it. It's your type of thing, young adult fiction, it's a Holly thing. And then when they announced the film was coming out, they said it even more. So I actually did get a copy of it on the suggestion of someone at work who had the copy, and it's one of his favourite books. I thought it was a bit hard to get into, to be honest. The writing is very disjointed and it felt so out of place, and I wasn't enjoying reading it, but I stuck with it because it's fairly short. It was easy to follow the storyline, but just the language that he used was weird and it didn't flow. It just felt, I thought he had autism, and I don't know if he's supposed to. But when I got to the end of the book, I suddenly understood why it was written like that. The reveal at the end of what has happened to him, it just totally changed the way that I saw the rest of the book, which I guess is a very good piece of writing when you think about it. That you get a payoff at the end for sticking with it, even though it was very confusing to read. That's all I really have to say about this one. It is worth reading. It's kind of, I'd say it's up there in the kind of, you must read one Harry Potter book. You should probably read Catcher in the Rye, which I still haven't done. Sense and Sensibility and all of that stuff. This should be added to that list. Throw this book behind me. Anyway, next one. This is a book that we picked up when we were in London. We being my very tall other half. We just went in and he saw this book. He likes science fiction, my fella, and fantasy and all that, and I wasn't really into it. But this one, it's opened up doors. It's a kind of, the way that they describe it is, it's if Harry Potter grew up and joined the police force. So it's kind of a reality with mystical elements to it. The story starts when a young policeman, he is at a crime scene and he speaks to someone at the crime scene who then turns out to be a ghost. Pauses there in case anyone didn't want to know. And he gets picked up by a man called, I think it's Nicholas Nightingale, something like that. Anyway, and he starts to train him on how to use these special powers that he has, kind of to sense vestigia off of bodies, and this is actually very creepy. The big bad in the storyline, it did make me have nightmares, but not because of the way it's described, just the idea of it, and when they describe what this big bad does to people. Oh, I never want to go to a fun fair again because I think that the big bad will be there. So this one is a good stepping stone if you don't like sci-fi and fantasy, but it is, if you do like if you do like it, please read this one. There's 3 and they all kind of go off of traditional mystic stuff. Like there's the rivers of London, it's a spirit of the river who is just a person who lives in a flat, but they are the spirit of the river. And the next book I'm pretty sure is kind of about the spirits of jazz and things like that. It's called Moon Over Soho. I'll get around to it eventually. Anyway, I have talked for far too long. I've talked for 4 minutes 49. Whoa! Okay, I'm sorry that there are no jump cuts and all you're dealing with is my face going But I'm going to go now. You're probably going to wobble when I press the button. I will see you in 2 weeks. I hope I get my computer back by then.